Good morning, good morning. Gee, it's great to start your day with coffee with Karma today. Good morning. Have you ever wondered, perhaps, why your book marketing isn't attracting the clients that you want? Well, today I'm going to share 5 mindset shifts that might be able to turn the tables on that. Because without the mindset, the marketing doesn't matter. So it really helps to have both a good marketing plan that's being implemented well as the thoughts going between your head. Now, you can't always control what the initial thought, but you can control whether you entertain that thought or not. So here are 5 mindset shifts that you can focus on so that you can shift away from negative thoughts. The first one is to view marketing as serving, not selling. The really effective marketing these days is more of service. And I know I've said this in other episodes before, but when you think of your marketing as providing some form of mini transformation, some form of value that then attracts your clients to wanting more from you, that's much it's much easier to do the marketing than if you're like, "I need you to buy, 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 buy." So, for example, let's use the book that is out now on Amazon called Get Your Book in the Door. I created that book with this in mind. I hear a lot of authors struggling with their book marketing. They're feeling overwhelmed, there's too many things to do, or I spent all this money to learn this one skill and it's not doing it for me. And so they give up on book marketing. So what I did with this book is I took what I call the book marketing buffet. There's all these things that you could be doing. You don't need to be doing all of them. You only need to be doing the key things for where you are in the book marketing journey. So I broke that book marketing journey down into 5 phases, which is before you write the book, while you're writing the book, pre-launch buzz, launch, and ongoing. I gave them fancier names in the book, but that's basically what they are. And that way, if you buy the book, you can better organize your efforts and your time and not feel so overwhelmed. And each chapter is organized in the mindset of that phase, the strategies that work best in that phase, tools that you can use to make those strategies easier to implement, and then action steps of these are the things you absolutely should be focusing on. That way it simplifies the journey. My intention was to be of amazing service, better than any other book marketing book I've seen out there. And of course, I want you to buy the book. Yeah, duh. And it's only $1.49. But honestly, what's more important to me is that you get the transformation, you get your book out in other people's hands. So there's an example. Idea number 2, market to your ideal audience avatar, not everyone. This is ideal audience avatar, ideal audience client. Basically, you have in mind one person. Again, we'll use this book as an example. So I could be marketing it to all authors because probably all authors could find value in that book. But really, when I was writing this book, I was thinking of a very specific person who's an entrepreneur who has written a book that is brilliant, that showcases her brilliance, but it's just not selling. What could she do to get that book into more people's hands, to get her book into the door? And I chose to, even though I had in mind someone who was in phase 5, I'm thinking that she may also write a second book thinking that the first book wasn't working. And if she's gonna do that, I want her to be aware of what she should have been doing before that book came out. And so that's who I had in mind, and that's who I wrote the book for. Now, does that mean it won't serve someone else, someone who's maybe not an entrepreneur? Of course not. It's book marketing. Book marketing is book marketing. But that was the lens through which I saw the information I was providing. Tip number 3, focus on human connection. It is really easy these days with AI, with social media, with all the things that we can put in between the author and the audience, that some of that human connection is being lost. And also authors, I highly suspect, are predominantly introverts because writing a book is a very introverted experience, task, and so it's really easy to I mean, I know I do it. I'm an introvert. If I could just sit in a room and just create books, programs, whatever, and, like, have very little contact with people, I wouldn't be entirely happy, but I certainly wouldn't be unhappy. It's like, it wouldn't bother me too much. Um, but you need to foster human interaction in a number of ways. So first of all, you need to be building that reader connection and listening to your readers. What are they wanting through your email list, through your social media posts? When people comment, always comment back. So you're building those relationships that way. Ask questions. Um, but also, when you're writing your book, have that intention. I mean, when I was writing it, okay, there are some dry places because, there's lists of tools. Those are a little dry, but they're there because I really wanted to help the person have the right tools to implement the strategies to make because there's so much software out there, some free, some inexpensive that will help you get back your time and get back your energy and to make you more effective. So I wanted to list those tools. But when I was talking about the mindset or the strategies or the action steps, I was always trying to talk to that one person. And for some reason, I always want to call her Sally or Sarah. I don't know what it is about S names. Anyway, and I'm talking to her so that when whomever picks up the book and starts reading it, it is my hope, it is my intention that you feel like I'm talking to you. Yes, you right there. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Hopefully, that's my intention. And if you can do that as well in your writing, in your marketing, in your interaction on social media, it makes the marketing a little bit easier. Idea number 4, market proactively, not reactively. And that's actually my book teaches you how to do that. But basically what you're doing is you're constantly building the relationship for your next book as you before you write it, as you write it. It's always I mean, if you've been following me this month, pretty much all I've been talking about is book marketing because that's what the book's about. That's what the book's about. So if you're not interested in book marketing, you're probably not an author. I'm just saying. So you want to continually be building your list, building your author platform so that when you do come out with a book, it sells more easily. And number 5, create offerings that are win-win for all. And what I mean by that is it needs to be a win for you, obviously. It needs to be a win for, and when I say win, I don't necessarily mean a financial win. Sometimes just the experience of writing a book is cathartic. So there's a win for you. 2, it needs to be a win for the person who's reading the book. They need to get some sort of value out of it. They need to leave that book feeling like, "Gee, I'm glad I read." And then it needs to be a win for anyone you partner with who helps you promote that book. Now, sometimes the book itself is the win-win-win. Sometimes you need to add in something else, like a workshop or a webinar or a download or something like that, that helps create that win. Ideally, the main win is in the book. So always be thinking, this is never a win or lose situation. It's always a win, win, win for everyone who is involved. So there are your 5 mindset shifts that can make this book marketing journey a little easier. I hope you found this of value. And if you would like more stuff like this, go ahead to Amazon.com and get your book in the door by Carma Spence. It is available on Amazon for the Kindle for $1.49 US. And I will drop a link in the comments.